there? Is that you? Come in, darling. I've been expecting you. Oh, come in. Don't be afraid. I won't bite, and you're bound to have a good time. Or my name isn't Elvira. Hello, darling. Come in, come in. Oh, what's that? Is that something for little old me? Why, don't tell me you went out and splurged. What is it? Let's see. It's a pizza pie. Mmm, how yummy. Oh, and it's pepperoni and mushroom, my fave. You might say it's Elvira's great love. Not to be confused, of course, with the movie I'm running this week, Count Dracula's Great Love. Mighty clever segue, wouldn't you say? Count Dracula's Great Love. And take my word for it, darling, it wasn't a pepperoni and mushroom pizza. Dracu's taste was considerably blander than that. In fact, if I recall my history, he was on some kind of a liquid diet, I think. Well, we'll all find out. It's coming up. The movie, darling, not the pizza. It's coming up in just a minute, right here on good old Movie Mac. Enjoy.
Whoa there. Whoa.
Be more careful. That fella said it was real fragile.
He can go to hell. He's as heavy as a dead man.
You're right. I wonder what's inside to make it so damn heavy.
I'm not interested in that. He paid us to bring the box here, and that's all I'm interested in. He said not to unpack it and to leave it in the cellar. That ain't gonna be easy. It's stupid to keep going. These hallways are never end. Let's leave it in this room here.
Hey, did you notice the look of that fellow that give us this job? Give me cold chills.
I didn't notice him. It was so late. All I was interested in was the color of his money. Never saw such a bundle.
Barker, the station master, told me he was an Austrian aristocrat. A real rich aristocrat. He's a medical doctor. Bought the sanitarium. He's going to open it real soon.
That miserable body is always so well informed.
Maybe there's scientific instruments inside. And that's worth dough. What do you think?
But he told us not to open it. And he said he like he meant it. Come on, let's go.
Oh.
We finished our job and it's now
Why don't we
getting
open it
dark.
up just to see what's inside?
Come on.
Don't worry. We won't bother anything. And then we'll close it and no one will notice.
Ah, do what you want. Hey, I don't like this. We better go.
Don't be so scared. Come on, let's open it. The rich sometimes bury their dead loaded with jewels. As though they was gonna need them in hell. Too bad we ain't lucky, my friend. Just a poor old skeleton. But why don't we take a look around the house? The Austrian won't be here for several days. And maybe we can make more from this job than we thought we would with a couple of trinkets. We'll only take a look around this evening. We come back tomorrow, and then no one will ever suspect us.
Hey, the coffin. We have to leave it like we found it.
Don't be worried about that. We'll fix it tomorrow. Come on, let's have a look around. We're really unlucky. There ain't nothing but dirt and junk in this hole.
Passing the place now where, according to legend, Jonathan Harker and Dr. Von Helsing were finally able to destroy the king of the vampires, Count Dracula.
According to another legend, he was the descendant of a man who was of great historical importance. He was a killer prince who fought against the Turks in 1445.
That's right. The old sanatorium will be coming into view real soon now. You'll be seeing it on the hilltop there. This region is called Borgo Pass.
Don't try to scare us, Emery. The vampire's only a legend of this place.
Listen to me, my friends. In this region, anything is possible. And believe me, I can assure you that Count Dracula existed. And what's more, I wouldn't even consider denying that he exists right now.
Come on, Emery. Don't try and scare us.
What if he shows up now?
You know, I'm scared. You were serious.
But of course I was serious. The old house you see there is the abandoned sanatorium. It was built in 1860. The whole region has a bad reputation. The sanatorium's patients died very strange deaths.
Strange death? What do you mean by that?
Anemias. Anemias has spread like an epidemic. The sanatorium's director, a doctor called Jorgo Karkas, was finally brought to trial for prompting the death of his patients by bloodletting. They said he used the blood in his experiments.
What did they finally do?
There was a riot one night, and people attacked the sanatorium and hung the doctor. But the next morning, his body had disappeared. It was never found.
And the sanatorium?
Abandoned. The latest rumor is that it was bought by an Austrian doctor. They told me that in Beach Street, where I had the pleasure of meeting you young ladies. This Austrian doctor must be an eccentric, but with the bad reputation of the sanatorium, it'll be difficult for him to obtain clients.
You know, you impress me, Emery. What beautiful stories I'll have to tell when I return to Munich.
Did she say she wanted some stories to take back to Munich? She ought to ask that guy to tell her the one about how many Fräuleins it takes to change a light bulb. Or why the Bavarian fireman wore red suspenders. Now those are stories to take back to Munich. They'll wow them in Munich. Really knock their lederhosen off in Munich. Oh, well, I'm sure glad that Casanova came along for the ride. We needed somebody to explain things, like the premise. There's an old Tyrolean saying, premise or anything. Thanks to him, we know all about the old sanatorium and about the mad doctor who ran it, and now about the Austrian strangers who's taken it over as a fixer-upper. And thanks to him, we know that... Hey, Bob! Watch out! Watch out for the first step! Oh, well, I said it was a fixer-upper. Excuse me.
What happened?
We lost the wheel. We're gonna have to find it. Can't be too far.
I'll go look for it.
Let me go
It's
with you.
bad luck. It's gonna be dark soon.
Will we have to be here very long?
At least 2 hours.
Oh, but we can't spend the night here.
Don't worry about it, Karen. We won't stay overnight.
There's not a trace of that wheel. It has to be here, though. It's impossible that it went so far.
Maybe it rode off the road. Don't you think we ought to look in the trees and...
Good idea. Come on.
Whoa. 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 Whoa there. Whoa there. Oh!
Oh, my heavens, he's hurt. He's been killed. Oh, what are we going to do? Oh, he's hurt badly. Oh. It's almost like he had a premonition. He didn't want to bring us
Can't leave him here. We have to try and lift him up to the stagecoach.
Oh, be careful.
Oh, I'm being serious.
What are we going to do now? This poor man. It's useless. I think we better go back with the others.
This is the first time since we left that we can be alone away from the others.
You're crazy. It's getting late and they'll be waiting for us.
There's absolutely nothing important to me now. How much longer must we hide our love?
Sooner or later they'll be discovering us. But before that, darling, I want to tease you.
Why do you suppose they haven't returned? I'm beginning to get worried. Something might have happened to them.
You think so? I think our young friend might just be interested in Marlene. And she's interested, too. Did you notice how she happily volunteered to help him look for the wheel?
What an imagination you have. Why do you think badly of everyone else, Santa?
Shut up, you two. There they come.
With empty hands.
It's
about time. What happened?
Not a sign of the wheel.
That's not important now. Something terrible's happened.
One of the horses killed the coachman. Oh, what are we going to do now?
The storm will be here in a few minutes. There's nothing else but to try to reach a sanatorium. They might be able to help us.
And leave this poor man by himself?
We can't do anything for him now.
I think we should have stayed in the stagecoach. With what Emery told us, I'm scared.
You're silly. That happened a long time ago.
Maybe we won't find anyone there.
Hey, you know, Emery might know something else. Emery, if you don't mind, would you tell us anything else you might know regarding the old sanatorium?
I told you practically everything I know about it. For over 10 years now, it's been empty. In its time, it was the most luxurious clinic in Europe, a real palace. And it also had the latest medical equipment.
Hey, that might be why the Austrian doctor bought the place.
That's possible, but I don't think he'll have much success.
What kind of a man is he?
I don't know. It's been a couple of days in Beach Street, but few people saw him. I understand he's a rich man who plans to dedicate himself to scientific investigation.
There's no doubt about it. He has to be a lonely man to spend his life in this place.
I hope he hasn't arrived yet.
Don't say that, Simpleton. That's all we'd need is to find the sanatorium closed, and then we'd have to sleep outside.
It won't be long and we'll know.
It looks to me like it's empty. It couldn't be more scary.
I think we better leave.
Don't be silly. I'm sure this Dr. Emery told us about is already here. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a blue-blooded prince.
Like that, wouldn't you?
You bet I would. At least the prince wouldn't take me looking for wheels.
It looks like no one's home.
Good evening. Pardon our intrusion at this hour, but we had a terrible accident and we need your help.
I'm Dr. Marlowe. I'll be glad to help you. Won't you come in?
This is Marlene, and these young ladies are Karen, Cinta, and Elke. My name is Emery Foldy. I used to live in this area. I had the pleasure of knowing my companions in Beach Street, and we decided to take a tour together. But, unfortunately, our stagecoach lost a wheel, and the coachman was killed by one of the horses.
Maybe Dr. Marlowe has a carriage we could use to return to Beastry.
I'm sorry, but I have absolutely no means of transport at the moment.
Do you happen to know someplace where we could spend the night? It's so late.
You needn't worry about that. If you'll accept, you may be my guest for a few nights. Inside of a week or more, the man that brings my supplies will be here. You can go back with him.
A week, but that's much too long to wait.
But if we're here for a week, that'll be an awfully big complication for you. Isn't there some hotel where we might stay?
I'm afraid not. I'd like to assure you it's no bother to have you.
And the coachman? We can't possibly leave him outside.
Well, don't worry about that. For the moment, I'd like to make you as comfortable as possible. And later, I'll worry about the coachman's body myself. Do you think you could repair the stagecoach, Mr. Foldy?
I'm afraid I'd be incapable of doing it alone. And then the horses escape.
I don't think I could help you with that. I'm useless for things of that kind. I can only repeat the invitation I offered. This house isn't too comfortable, but at least you'll have a roof to protect you.
You're very kind, Dr. Marlowe. Thank you. We'll accept your hospitality for tonight.
For me, it'll be a pleasure to have you as guests for as long as necessary. The only thing I'm sorry about is I can't offer you better accommodations. They're wolves. There's still a few remaining in the region. At night, they come down from the hills.
Thank heavens we don't have to spend the night outside.
As you can see, the house is somewhat run down. I've tried to repair it, but I can't find workers willing to come here.
Is that because of that story about the sanatorium? Emery told us about it.
Exactly. They say this house has a curse on it, so I'll have to get the workers from Budapest. But I don't want you all to worry about it. I've fixed up some bedrooms, and I hope you don't find them too uncomfortable.
I'm scared, Marlene.
You be quiet. He'll hear you.
You're very kind, Dr. Marlowe. One could almost say that you knew of our arrival.
In such a remote location, hospitality is a way of life. I imagine you have an appetite. I've already dined. My provisions are modest, but nevertheless, I'll prepare your dinner.
I don't know what you think about it, but I don't like this house.
Sure can't say this house is cheerful.
You two heard the doctor. There's no other place where we can spend the night.
Come on, girls. Get rid of those long faces. You really don't think the doctor could be a vampire or any of those other characters you have in your imagination?
I'd say that Dr. Marlowe's attractive. I think Dr. Marlowe's handsome, don't you? I find him very interesting.
The truth is, I don't share your taste. I prefer my men slimmer and taller.
Not I. I like my men strong. Did you notice what shoulders he has? And besides, apart from Emery, who only has eyes
You
for
haven't
Marlene.
changed since college. The only thing you can think of is men. You'd flirt with a broom if it had pants.
And you a Puritan like always.
Blow out the candles, will you?
Already?
I'm dying with sleep.
I'm scared. Something tells me we shouldn't stay in this house.
Listen, silly. You were frightened about those stories of Emery and the coachman's death. Dr. Marlowe seems like a person you can trust.
I don't know. There's a strange electricity that's floating in the air, Marlene. Just thinking of sleeping alone scares me. I'm awfully frightened. Stay with me, won't you, please?
Come on, Elkie. There's only one bed and a dirty mattress. We'd both be uncomfortable.
Whatever you say.
Don't worry, honey.
I just hope that cat doesn't feel too put out. Whoa, just kidding, you little furball. Hey, now for all of those slow learners out there, this is something new, and you are gonna love it. For all you slow learners, it's time for Elvira's Instant Replay, kind of like a Reader's Digest version of Movie Macabre. Are you ready? Here we go. It all started getting complicated when a wheel fell off the carriage, and then the driver got kicked in the head, which put him out of commission for good, and then the horses all ran off, which left everybody stranded in the woods. And then the storm cloud started overhead, and then they all went to the spooky old sanatorium where the doctor, who now owns the joint, said, "Me cast, that's two casts," only he didn't say quite like that because that count of the movie's been dubbed in English. So now they're spending the night and probably the rest of the week, if they live that long, on account of they just rode off in the morning like nothing happened, and we wouldn't have a movie, would we? Not that we have much of a movie anyway. Yeah, never want to do that again. No, I said I don't want to do that again.
she hurt, Doctor?
No, she's all right. I found her in the hallway. Something must have frightened her. She's fainted. That's all.
Karen.
There was a horrible man in the hallway staring at me. That's all I remember. He was awful looking.
Must have been a tramp. When the sanatorium was abandoned, they used to take refuge here during bad weather.
How is she, Doctor?
Her pulse has returned to normal. Calm yourself now. No one will bother you.
Thank you very much for everything you've done for me, Doctor.
I didn't do anything of importance. If you don't mind, I have to go now. Have a good night's rest.
Many thanks, Dr. Marlowe. Don't worry, Karen. He was right, honey. I'm sure it was only a tramp.
I'm sure of it, but he gave me an awful fright.
It's from our host. He excuses himself for not spending the day with us, and the small breakfast he left us.
I don't suppose you happen to know where he went.
I believe that the doctor is a hunting enthusiast. He says in his note that he went to check his traps.
Yeah, probably to see if he caught a tourist last night.
That's not news. I know of one tourist he's already caught.
You know something? I think we ought to kick the stagecoach, round up the horses, and leave this place. But we can't leave without saying goodbye. He's been kind to us.
And Dr. Marlowe says he hopes to see us this evening.
That's even more reason to stay. You can't imagine how scared I was last night, and I had to sleep alone.
I'm sure you were the only one.
I've never seen anything so good. Imagine finding something like this. Isn't it awful cold? Of course not.
No, it's delicious. Come on in. Come on in for a swim.
Look at it. It's deep, isn't it?
Oh, no, you can see it's not, silly.
Oh, you make me all wet.
But if our host showed up now, what would he think? Huh?
Don't say that.
You know something? I'm glad all this happened. For a whole week we can be together. I only wish it could be for always.
If you want, that could be arranged.
No, Emre. When we return to Bistritz, we have to separate.
Not for always.
Who knows? It's not only what I want, darling. It's just that I must go home again. I don't know what my father's decided about us. But let's not speak of that. It makes me so sad.
You're right. But we still have a whole week together, darling.
And this week will be unforgettable. I promise you.
No, I don't think we should be doing this. Dr. Marlowe might get angry.
That's nonsense. He's so handsome and hospitable. Well, he just has to be hiding something in this house.
What do you see in him anyway?
Nothing. I just happen to like him, that's all.
I still don't think we ought to do this. It would be better if we took a walk in the woods.
I wouldn't think of it. We have to take advantage of his absence to search the house. We'll just leave Emery and Marlene all by themselves. Poor things are so much in love.
You see, Senator, just like the others, spider webs and old furniture. Now that we've seen everything, we better be going, don't you think?
Oh, no. We might miss something interesting.
But what we've already seen, Cinda, isn't interesting at all.
Why don't we go down to the cellar? You can see there's nothing but junk up here.
There'll be rats there and other bad things. I'm scared and I'm going.
Always the same. Don't worry. We'll defend you. What did I tell you? I'm sure that the secrets are behind this door.
We shouldn't do that, Cinda. Don't open that door.
Well, if the secrets are here, they're well guarded.
Oh, let's go back upstairs right now. Do you hear me? Yes. Come on, we better go.
It's our last opportunity to be indiscreet. We finally found something interesting. Come on, Elkie. Come and take a look. You're going to be very, very surprised.
What is it?
You'll be surprised.
It's magnificent. It's a library. Oh, medical books. There's nothing interesting
Just look
here.
at this. The memoirs of Professor von Helsing. You know, it looks like someone's been reading it lately. It has the place mark.
Let me see, Cinda. Now I'm certain that Dracula has returned. We weren't able to destroy Dracula in Brogo Pass. And his terrible power has manifested itself. Manifested itself once again? Oh!
What's the matter?
I'm sorry, but I can't go on reading now.
Come on, stupid. You don't believe in this nonsense. I'll read it. Because Dracula's immortal. He's a sadistic beast, and what's more, a devil that follows man wherever he may go. It's possible for us to destroy his carnal existence. The devilish perversity that exists in Dracula will reincarnate itself. Once more, terror and death for all of us, and for all humanity.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Shall I go on?
Leave it. I'm getting nervous.
Go on, Cinda.
I'm also afraid that his cruel daughter, Rodna, will return in the same way. I shudder just thinking about her new reincarnation, her new appearance. How might we recognize her? How might we destroy her once more? From her ashes will generate a new Dracula. Therefore, each generation will know a Dracula in a completely new form, 1,000 times more perverse than the one before. And whenever man's blood is drawn by his brother, Dracula will return to punish this horror with horror.
Do you think she could have found a duller book to read out loud? I mean, pardon my poor dub job, but that book was so dull I heard him snoring all the way out in Bellflower. No wonder those bookshelves are covered with cobwebs. And are those girls asking for it or what? Don't say what.
Or what?
I said don't say what. Who do those girls think they are anyway, snooping around like that? Charlie's Angels or something? What right do they have poking their little noses, their cute little turned up noses, poking their noses into places where they don't belong? Sure, the doctor said make yourselves at home, kids, but that didn't mean snoop. There's another old Tyrolean saying, a man's dump is his castle. Now I'll be right back with more old Tyrolean sayings and more of this classic tale of gothic horror. Gothic horror. That's what I meant. That's not what I said, I guess.
That fraidy cat Elky's afraid to sleep alone. Well, it's my turn tonight on that dirty old mattress.
You shouldn't feel that way, Cinda. She's awfully frightened.
See you in the morning.
Listen, Cinda.
Yes?
Dr. Marlowe hasn't returned. I don't think he's hunting at these hours. Do you?
He'll be here soon. We shouldn't be worried about the doctor. Nothing's happened. Don't worry. See you in the morning.
In the morning. Dracula is immortal. He's the prince of the darkest unknown. We can only destroy his carnal existence. Time after time, he'll return from his ashes, and each new life will surpass in horror the one before. A slight hope lightens my heart. The Prince of Darkness will not acquire the true potential of his bewitching power until he encounters a true virgin that will fall in love with the vampire in a natural way, giving herself to him without the need of his diabolical power. The blood of this young virgin will restore Dracula's evil superiority, and his life breath will revive once more his daughter, Rodna. My sincerest desire is that this young virgin will never be born.
Good evening, Karen.
Doctor,
Something wrong?
I didn't expect to find you. When did you return?
Only a few moments ago. Can I do anything for you?
Oh, don't worry, Doctor. It's just that I can't sleep. How was your hunting today?
Not so good. If you can't sleep, maybe we could take a stroll in the garden. It's a beautiful night. And a full moon.
A walk in the moonlight. Don't you believe that's too romantic? You've convinced me. It's a shame that such a beautiful garden is so neglected. It's so strange to find this house in the middle of nowhere.
The former owner was an extraordinary person. He was a real art lover. He brought Arabian artisans from Turkey just to decorate the garden.
Is it true what they say about him?
What are you referring to?
His passion for blood. Emery told us some things about the strange personality of Count Dracula. Some people claim that Count Dracula and Dr. Cargus were one and the same person.
I really don't know what to tell you, but you mustn't put too much in what the farmers say. This region is rich in legends. Even if Dr. Cargus didn't pass the limits with his experiments, I'm sure that ignorance and superstition did the rest.
Then you don't believe in vampires?
I didn't say that. There are many questions for which science has no answer. Life and death are two of them.
But how is it that a scientist has a formulated opinion?
No. The true man of science rarely confirms anything. I would say he doubts everything.
But, Dr. Marlowe, do you think the myth could be true?
Why not? The majority of myths have an authentic origin. The quest for immortality is one of the great desires of mankind.
If the legend of Dracula is true, the price to be paid is awfully high. It's just terrible.
You're right. The cost is horror and eternal loneliness.
I don't want to mix in your private life, but I can't begin to understand what compels you to live here.
Simply that I'm a man that likes the country, in love with peace and quiet.
Have you ever thought of starting up the sanatorium again, Dr. Marlowe?
It was my intention at first, but I'm afraid it won't be that easy. The truth is, I haven't been worrying too much about it.
I don't want to offend you, but you seem to be acting strange, like the stories of your predecessor. Will you leave us again tomorrow?
I'm afraid so. My traps require constant attention. I have to check them daily.
Do you hunt much?
No, not much. Have you noticed the plant life in this region is somewhat rare? Some plants are poisonous, but some are medicinal, too. I often collect them.
Have you ever thought of making a love potion?
The truth, Karen, is that I've never been in love.
I'm sorry. I was very indiscreet. I was only joking with you. It's not strange what you say. Your life is so lonely and apart from the rest of the world.
That might be the reason that your arrival has made me very happy.
If you don't mind, I'd like to go inside. I have a chill all of a sudden.
But of course, Karen.
So thoughtful.
The night is fantastic. But you know, you're right. It is getting chilly.
Why don't we go into the living room? The fireplace.
Yes, it is.
Oh, this garden is so beautiful.
Yes.
And by moonlight, it seems so romantic.
The former owner had a great effect.
Hello fellow Earthlings. This is Gord, your lovable Halloween mascot. I just wanted to remind you it's that time of the year again. Time to get your little monsters back into their institutions of learning. And we at All Things Halloween are here for you, and all your back to school needs. We have all sorts of items available right now in our online store. From our new backpacks and notepads, to our vast array of water bottles and brand new t-shirt designs. We are also introducing our new bus driver line of gear out now. Parenting is scary enough. Don't get slaughtered with what to get your offspring this fall. Come to the All Things Halloween store now for all your back to school needs. Thank you for your time. Now class is dismissed.
Well, take a good look, little Miss Jealousy. Miss Anything in Pants'll do. Is this the beginning of a love triangle or something? Don't tell me the plot's going to thicken. Plot? That's a laugh. This turkey doesn't even have a plot. And if it ever did have a plot, it got lost somewhere in the translation. It's listed as MIA. I'm even wearing a bracelet, see? Okie dokie, lots of fun coming up. Lots of fun. Take my word for it. Trust me.
Well, now, it looks as though you've taken up the study of vampires in serious.
This is very interesting reading.
Really?
Oh, it makes me nervous. Please, let's go take a walk.
Oh, by the way, where's Emery and Marlene?
They're not in their bedrooms.
But that's strange.
It's not strange. They're probably out for a walk. It's logical. They're both in love.
I don't believe we're going to see the doctor today either.
He's checking his traps as he does every day.
If I see the doctor tonight, he's going to forget it.
Forget what?
His hunting in his traps. What do you think?
Can you tell me what you see in Dr. Marlowe?
His air of mystery attracts me.
Well, not me. Come on, we better try to find Emery and Marlene. And your mysterious Dr. Marlowe.
Every once in a while, you have a brilliant idea, my dear. Shall we go? Let's go. I thought we were going to have a wonderful day, but Emery and Marlene have ruined it for us.
It's like the earth just swallowed them up. All day looking and nothing. I'm scared something happened to them.
I think we ought to go back. After looking for them all day, they might be waiting for us in the sanatorium.
You might be right. Besides, it's getting awfully late.
Hey, listen, why don't we take a shortcut through the woods?
What's the matter? What's wrong?
I can't move. It's my leg. It hurts me so.
Trap.
It must be by the window.
Hold still. I'm trying to open it.
Lift your foot out. Careful now.
Does it hurt?
A little bit. I think I can walk.
Let's go back to the road. It's much safer there.
You're right.
I've been worried. I was looking for you girls everywhere.
Sandra caught her leg in one of your traps, Dr. Marlowe.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's all my fault, and I'm awfully sorry. Please forgive me. Does it hurt?
A little bit.
Come inside, and I'll take care of it.
Have you seen Emery and Marlene, Dr. Marlowe?
No, I haven't seen them all day. But weren't they with you?
They must have gone too far. And now they're probably lost in the forest.
That just might be. We'll worry about them later. Maybe they'll find their way back. Come, let's go in. If you don't mind, would you finish cleaning her leg, Karen? I'm going for some disinfectant.
Poor Wendell. Your accident has affected him so. He must be a very sensitive man.
I don't believe that's logical. That's his profession.
Quiet, you two. He might return at any moment.
I'm afraid it's going to sting.
Yes, it stings.
You have no idea how sorry I am for what happened.
Don't worry for me.
Is it serious?
Tomorrow it'll be fine. The ankle might be swollen somewhat. What you need now is rest.
It won't be easy sleeping on that mattress. I couldn't sleep a wink last night.
Don't worry, Sandra. You can have my room. I'll sleep with Elkie.
Oh, you're an angel.
Now you have to go to bed and rest.
But we mustn't do that. We have to wait for Emery and Marlene.
Don't worry. I'll wait for them.
But don't...
Don't worry. They'll be here. Go to bed now.
Thanks for fixing my leg, Wendell. See you in the morning.
It was my fault. See you in the morning.
Good night, Wendell.
Wendell.
Anything wrong? The Prince of Darkness will not acquire the true potential of his bewitching power until he encounters a true virgin that will fall in love with the vampire in a natural way, giving herself to him without the need of his diabolical powers.
To run off like that. He's one of you. God, that dumb chick. She must have thought she was attacking someone else, I guess. You know what? Don't say what.
What?
I said don't say what. Ugh. I kind of got a feeling that by the end of this movie, there won't be anybody left in it who hasn't turned into a vampire. Like that guy, Emery, you know? Didn't you think he was supposed to be the hero in this movie? Forget it. He's a vampire. And his girlfriend, Marlene, you know? Vampire. That other chick? Vampire. So, when I said everybody's turning into a vampire, do you think I was sticking my neck out too far? Hey, I've got some real goodies coming up for you. In just a little while, I've got some more of those I don't trust a man letters that you girls send in. And we're also presenting a brand new feature here on Movie Macabre, Cooking with Elvira. This week, we're visiting with those best-selling authors, Julie and Dave, better known as the Cooking Couple. It's an interview you won't want to miss. Honest Injun, you'll love it. You'll just love it. Oh, so good.
Wendell, tell me what's wrong. I suppose I know what's wrong. I cheated you, right? Is it so important to you, darling, that I've been with other men?
We shouldn't have done this. Love is much more. For me, anyway.
Are you in love with someone else?
No.
Oh, my darling.
It's not that.
Yes, you are, too. I beg you, please. Don't leave me like this. Come here. You see, at this very moment, you're thinking of her.
And those stories about vampires are true. Someone had to convert Emery into that awful monster. And if it was a vampire, maybe the same thing happened to Santa, Marlene, and Helke.
Don't get excited. Please, Karen.
We have to find them. We have to find them right away.
Find them right away.
Hurry. Hurry. They're not here. Emery or that other monster must have killed them. There must be another vampire.
Maybe they're hiding in another room. We have to keep on looking.
It's useless, Wendell. I'm certain they've all died. How is it possible you've lived in this place for such a long time?
I never suspected something like this. We have to leave here as soon as possible.
I can't possibly do that until I find my friends. Oh, Wendell, this is horrible.
same one, Wendell, that I saw outside my bedroom. He's a vampire, I know. Wendell! Wendell!
Dracula's. No, Karen. Please don't die. What'll happen to me? I need you, Karen. Karen. Take this. It'll make you feel better. And stop worrying. No one's going to hurt us now.
My friends, where are they?
I'm sorry, Karen. They've disappeared into thin air. Maybe for the best.
We must leave here as soon as we can. Please, we must go.
No, calm down now. You've nothing to be afraid of. I'm never going to leave your side. You'll be well soon. Then we can think about leaving.
Wendell, I don't know what would have happened to me these last few days without you. They've been the most terrible and the happiest days of my life.
I have something to tell you, Karen.
You don't have to say anything. Action is much more descriptive than words. I know you love me, Wendell. I know because of all the things you've done for me.
You don't have to be grateful to me for that, Karen.
It's not gratefulness. It's something much more than that. Much more. I love you.
I'm the happiest man in the world. I'm very pleased. You're completely well now. We can leave tomorrow.
Yes, darling. But there's one thing that keeps me from being completely happy. It's impossible for me to forget about my friends. We went to school together. We were friends for years, Wendell. I can't get used to the idea of having lost them.
I understand, Karen. It's terrible to lose your loved ones. I don't know, but maybe they're still alive. Maybe they escaped. But whatever happened to them, they're not in the sanatorium.
You're right, as always. Maybe someday we'll know what happened to them. If you want, we'll leave here tomorrow.
Drink this medicine. A good night's sleep is what you need. A lot of sleep.
But, darling, I don't want to sleep.
Just like I promised, now it's time for Cooking with Elvira. From time to time, we'll be visiting with culinary experts, and when we can't get a culinary expert, we'll just have on somebody who knows about food and how to prepare it. This week on Cooking with Elvira, I'm chatting with those best-selling authors, Julie and Dave, better known as the Cooking Couple. Now, this is their latest book, Dressing Up Your Meat. It's only been on the racks for a short time, and it's already selling like flapjacks.
Like hotcakes, Elvira, selling like hotcakes.
Oh, yeah, hotcakes. And you must be...
Hello, I'm the Cooking Couple.
You're the Cooking Couple?
Well, actually, I'm Julie of Julie and Dave.
Well, pardon my ignorance, but where's Dave?
Oh, Dave couldn't be here tonight. He came down with a mild case of food poisoning.
Food poisoning?
Yes, he was making his favorite pork tartare.
Oh, gee, sounds delicious. I hope he's okay.
Oh, Dave's fine. I just spoke with him in the hospital, and he asked me if I could pass along this cooking tip to you and your viewers.
Oh, go right ahead.
When making pork tartare, never leave the raw pork in the trunk of your car overnight.
Sounds like good advice to me, and I'll bet that's a tip that Dave won't forget for some time to come.
I'm sure he won't.
Oh, well, Julie, what inspired the Cooking Couple to write this book, Dressing Up Your Meat?
Well, you know, Elvira, I get letters from women who say, Julie, my kids won't eat. Julie, my husband won't eat. What should I do?
Well, what's the answer?
Well, let me put it to you very simply, Elvira. Food isn't pretty. Take this round steak, for example. Not a pretty story, is it?
Not very.
Well, I'm going to show you how you can make your meat more attractive. And with just a little bit of work, even this round steak can be beautiful. Just like you, Elvira.
Thank you.
Now, before a woman goes out for the evening, what does she do to make herself more attractive?
Plastic surgery?
No. She puts on a little lipstick and makeup, right?
Well, not me, Julie. I'm a natural beauty.
Of course. But we're going to put on a little lipstick and makeup on this round steak. We're going to put on some mascara and lipstick, and then we're going to put on this pretty new pink dress. Because pink really helps to bring out the natural color in round steak, which, of course, can only help improve the flavor. Now, is that attractive? Well, you tell me, okay?
Yeah, gee, I'll tell you. Oh, hey, let's say I'm throwing a fancy dinner party. Should I serve a round steak in a pink dress?
Oh, no, Elvira. A round steak is fine for family meals, but for dressy occasions, I like to use veal. And since your dinner party is formal, you might serve something like this veal chop, dressed in a purple satin fur-lined coat. It's from the Nancy Reagan collection. Oh, and it matches your apron.
Oh, yeah, how nice. I get the idea now. And that's all just right here in your book, right?
Right there in the book. Now, there's another type of meat that's very inexpensive and everybody loves, and that's your basic weenie. Now, to make them more attractive, I like to dress my weenies in a 3-piece California casual leisure suit. You just put it in the steamer for about 20 minutes. It gets all the wrinkles out because it is polyester.
Like my dress.
Of course, if you don't like the Telly Savalas look, you can just add a little wig for a more youthful-looking weenie. Or, if you'd rather have a more Western
listen,
type
Julie,
of...
that's great, but we're
Wait,
fresh out of time.
you didn't try
I wish we
it.
could
Hey,
go
wait,
on
taste
and
this
on, and
weenie.
I'm
Wait.
sure all our
I was
viewers
gonna
would
put a
really like
leotard on the
to
cart.
rush out and buy their very own copy of Dressing Up Your Meat by the Cooking
Wait,
Couple.
taste this veal chop.
Yeah, but don't you, I listen to the show. It's going to be on
You can eat this.
Wendell? Wendell, where are you? Wendell, where are you? Wendell?
Karen. 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 Karen.
You once belonged to Dracula, and now you've returned to his side for the ceremony, which signifies the rebirth of his origin. Your blood, which until now has been prohibited, will be his nourishment. In this manner, you'll be united forever with the Prince of Darkness. My daughter Rodna must return to life. On the night of the next full moon, Countess Dracula will rise again. Once more, we'll be infinitely all-powerful. Once more, the world will know the Empire of Darkness. And now, the ceremony must begin. As your blood flows painlessly, it unites you with Dracula. Remain without fear. Your life is not in danger, because the power of the unknown goes beyond death. And now, you remain a prisoner of Dracula until the final ceremony has been performed.
Oh, sir. Please help me, sir. Please, sir. My foot's caught. Help me. Help me. My foot's all tore up. Please, sir, help me. No. 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 No.
Come on, Helga. Hurry up. It's going to be dark soon. my daughter alone. Leave her alone, do you hear?
Hey, is everybody having a good time?
I'm the happiest man in the world.
Great. I'd hate to have it any other way. Okie dokie, while there's a lull in the action. Make that a lull in the lull. While there's a lull in the lull, let's just turn our attention to the quote, I don't trust a man who, unquote, department. Yes, girls, once again, it's your turn to lay bare those feelings you're harboring towards those cads you find less than on the square.
I don't trust a man who walks quietly.
Yeah, we already know how you feel about it. But let's give some of the other girls a chance, okay? Now, I just reached into the old I don't trust a man who mail sack and pulled out a handful of your replies to that query. Hey, I haven't even read them yet. I don't trust a man who wears his raincoat in the shower. I don't trust a man who collects Wayne Newton records, unless his name is Wayne or Newton. I don't trust a man who rides a Harley side saddle. Whoa. I don't trust a man with tattoos on his knuckles. And I don't trust a man who brags about being able to cross his toes. One more here. I don't trust a man who looks a gift horse any place but in the mouth. Well, that's a pretty fair sampling of men us girls should be on the lookout for. And as for the rest of you, hey, I'm not asking. I'm telling. Keep those cards and letters, please.
Dracula has been a different being during this time. Because of you, he has been restored his human existence. that was lost many centuries ago, but no one can escape his destiny. Dracula will always be horror and loneliness. It is you who must exchange your existence for that of his, if you really love him. The ceremony must continue. The Prince of Darkness demands the torturing and suffering of an innocent. Then, the blood of the girl that loved the Prince of Darkness and the blood of the virgin that has been tortured will be mixed together, thereby creating a new physical body for his daughter, Rodney. Satan is with us. When the moon appears again, you, Karen, of your own desire, will accept an existence like ours. The ceremony will be continued, and the Countess Dracula will return to life. It's not the first time that a vampire has loved a daughter of men. I love you, but I can't obligate you to share my destiny. For your love, I'll renounce the restoring to life my daughter, Rodna. For the first time, the love of a woman has changed the destiny of Dracula. The daughter of the Prince of Darkness will have to wait to rise from the dead. But her body must be protected from the evil stares of mortal men. You don't have to defend yourself. You have nothing to be frightened of. Everyone, including Rodna, have disappeared. And once more, Dracula asks you to share his destiny. You have served Dracula well. Now you can return to your original form. Dracula needs you no longer.
Well, they should have called this turkey the samurai vampire. I mean, never before in my life have I ever heard of a vampire committing hara-kiri. Oh well, different strokes. Oh, and when I say different strokes, that's no reflection on that chick Karen. No reflection at all. And I'd just like to add to that list of men us girls shouldn't trust. I don't trust a man who wears his cape to bed. I'm surprised he didn't say, "Trust me, I used to be a doctor." Hey, okay, maybe the movie wasn't so great. It can't all be winners. But the show wasn't a total loss. We did get some swell tips on dressing up our meat, thanks to that cooking couple -1. Dave, get well real soon, you kook.
We have to leave here as soon as possible.
Hey, I can hardly wait till the next time. Hardly. But until then, I'll be thinking about you, darling, and only bad thoughts. I'm sure you'll only be thinking bad thoughts about me, too. So until then, next week, that is, hope this one will hold you. Mwah! And unpleasant dreams.